Good morning. Well, it's a new week, so this is our little machine that we've got to help us to do the breakthrough, and we can get it all out. And we've also got the chimney, all that stone there, that all needs to come out. But first of all, I'll get this wall out, and then I can get a scaffold up and get my proper roofing ladder, and then we're just going to have to do it Fred Dibner style and just take it one stone off at a time. But I might knock these, see the little cheeks here, just knock them back a little bit. It does fit through the door, but I think it will be easier if we just widen it. But there it is, the chimney. It's not that big, but it will be when I'm stood next to it. Just sweeping up then, and I can hear this cracking and fizzing, and one of the sleepers, the rotten sleepers, it just fell, and I'd literally just swept back over there. So weird. Note to self, be more careful. Maybe I should drop this porch section first for safety reasons. It has to come down, the wall, the porch, the chimney, so this is the access into the chimney and the wall, so maybe it is the safest way to do it, because maybe that's a sign. cockerel finish. Yeah, that was it was hard graft, some moving a lot of stuff, but now it's before you know it, it's done. It's crazy. I am gonna have to rebuild that back in stone, but at least it's a lot more safer now. You can drive the machine in a lot easier. You can get on with taking the main wall down there, and even stuff like this, piles of stone everywhere. Some of the stones that I took out were some of the biggest I've seen yet, and they're really nice. It's, especially that one there. That's a beast. You know, I've got a great selection of stones, and I've got all that over the back there, and some absolute humongous ones, which is better. I will do a nice job on that. There's some old timbers in the walls there as well, bits of oak and bits of pine. The old school joinery trick where, you know, it's probably how they fixed the doorway back in the day. But look at that. So this whole wall, this centre section here, see daylight through there. So, having spoken to the engineer, oh, he actually put it in the plan, we could take this out. There's a tremendous amount of stone there, and me and Becky were going to keep this as like we're going to point it up dead nice and make a feature stone wall in the house. So I'll have to speak to Sweetie about that one. Morning. So, a bit of a later start this morning, but it's time to get the wall plates sort of made, and then at least up and on in some kind of fashion. Not fully bolted down yet, but it's important that we get the truss man across to do his measurements for that back annex area. So while he's doing that, it's coming next week, just spoken to him. So while he's doing that, I can crack on with everything else, but it's important for me to just stop the demo just for an hour or so, just while I do my half lap joints, get the wall plates on, sort of measure them into some kind of parallel position, peck them in a little bit, just to keep them there so that when he does come, it's all ready for him and he doesn't have to mess about. He can take his measures and we can get these trusses underway and ordered. The turnaround time, I think maybe 2 weeks, hopefully not longer, but we'll see. It's been quite tricky because we've got bendy, bulgy walls shaped like a rhombus, and the whole annex is completely out of square to the building. So it's been quite a head scratcher today, but I've done it. So there it is. I've put It's probably easier to show you that. Little pip there for a string line, and the string line is bang on. So the wall's bendy and leany and this and that. The wall plate is straight, straight, and my little cross member that I've got going across there, the level. So I've tried it in top, middle and bottom, so I'm happy with that. The other side is on. I've been using these just to peck it into position, to assist me. I had to make a little jig so that I could just pull that across, and testing it here and there and measuring it and squaring it, and yeah, it's been eventful, but they are on. I've just used obviously my little star fixes just to get them on, but I have got these big ones, nice big juicy bolts. So rather than, I was going to put resin in, you see, I was going to drill it, suck the dust out with Henry Hoover, but then obviously having spoken to the engineer, and they were saying, will it be all right to use these? And he was like, yeah, of course it will. So moment of truth. I bought one. I bought one just to see how easy it was going to go. So obviously these are just, they don't have to come out, they were just in while I was getting it in position, but these will do the trick. Let's just see how it goes. Oh yes, that ain't ever coming out, I don't think. Yeah, that is super solid. So it goes into about so the 130 bolts. This is 70mm, so they go in a good chunk there. So I'll probably put them, I don't know, every metre, something like that, maybe every metre, every 1200 down the wall. So it's come out good. We've officially started the roof, so we'll see what the truss man's got to say about it all when he comes. Well, it's another beautiful day here on the homestead, so it's time to start using the machine today. So I didn't lose the day, but not using the machine yesterday, so I went against the grain a little bit because it's on higher, but it was important to get those ring beams on and in position and bolted down. So now they're on, it's time to get on with this, get this knock through done. I know Rebecca will be happy when she comes back and sees that gone, and then once that's done we can move on to the chimney. So I'm just going to put my beatbox on, get my gloves on, get to it, stone by stone, just like I've done with the rest of the stuff. Just get at it. I've got, you know, all day in the sunshine. Fill it up, drive it out, dump it, back to, just keep going, keep moving, and before you know it, the knock through will be done from kitchen to lounge. So without further ado, let's get to it. These are the original cornering up that the stonemason did when this place was built. So you can see some of those stones are humongous, and they're all sort of toothed in properly to make this sort of... Becky did tell me the detail on it. I always said it's where the fella slept, but it was built like this for a reason with this oak beam. But hasn't it just worked out so amazingly how that pillar there, that's it, I don't have to touch it, I can just build up on top of it. So I'm chuffed with that. I might not even shutter it down to the ground. I might just do like just the affected area there just to knit it back. But yeah, it's a stroke of luck, that one. And that little hole down there, that was always there. I didn't make that. And when I was weighing all this up and measuring and looking at it, I thought, that's amazing how it's just been there. It's like it's been waiting for me to come and bring it back to life. But it is there is definite love for this place. It's amazing. So Rebecca is over in the UK at the moment with Isabella. I hope she's having a great time. But I must say that this place, it's great doing this. I love it. I love the building. You can sort of touch the wall and feel it. You know, you can feel the history of the place, and it's great. But you know what? If I'm honest, without Rebecca here, I miss her. Yeah, obviously, she's my wife. But it's not. You know what? It's not the same place. It's not. So, I just couldn't imagine really doing this without Rebecca. It's definitely a team effort, this thing, and you only get one life, don't you? I'm doing this once. I'll build this place, but I'm not in the game of flipping houses or anything like that. It's not what I want to do. This is going to be home base, and it's going to be amazing when it's done. But it's without Rebecca here, I think she sort of keeps order with me, really. And sometimes when I can't see things the straightest, she'll go, well, why don't you do it like this, or why don't you do that for, like yesterday when she rang and I was going to do this, and she's like, listen, get them wall plates on, ring that man, get the ball rolling with the roof. And I just listened, and I thought, she's right, actually. That is the best way to deal with it. So her brains definitely work better than mine sometimes, I can be the brawn sometimes, but she's definitely a thinker. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm getting at. I think I'm just missing her, and just missing having her here, and the stuff that she does, and the way she's multitasks and stays on top of everything. She's yes, Rebecca, you'll be watching this as you're editing it going, you soft bastard. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, it's hard to put it into words, isn't it? That's all we all want, isn't it? Love and friendship. Isn't that what it's all about? Just, this is, love and friendship.
Too far away from my hometown. With my family I am bound. I stick by them till I'm in the ground. Resting on the myth of old. Stories I've been told. Secret places hidden where are gone now as far as I can tell. All I know is I'm on my way to become of a better one.